My name is Emmanuel, and I'm the Public Relations Specialist of Sara Foundation. So before we start proper, I will just give a brief introduction of what we do at Sara Foundation for the people that are not really aware, but they are in our audience. So Sara Foundation is a foundation focused in tech, tech for students and tech for women interested in tech. So we have two programs. We have our career advancement program, which is for undergraduate students, basically for undergraduates. Then we now have our FLIP program, that is our Female Leadership Initiative program, which is for women that are interested in tech, that is women professionals in tech or women founders in tech. So those are our two major initiatives. So today, we will just be discussing, having a conversation on what will make you hireable in 2025 and beyond, because we all know everyone is looking for a good job. Everyone is applying for something that will end up changing their life, and it's not easy in this competitive world that we live today. So that's why we'll be having this conversation today on what will make you hireable in 2025. So although our second speaker is not here, we have one of our speaker here, that's Miss Charis. Miss Charis she holds a BSc, MSc, and a certificate of MPMC and CLCM, and has consistently led across multiple sectors with strong focus on innovation and clarity and charity. So I'll just allow her to briefly introduce herself. Then after she's done with introducing herself, we are going to start the conversation proper. So Miss Charis, could you introduce yourself? Thank you.
You can hear me.
Yes, can hear you.
Yes. Please confirm that you can hear me. All right. Thank you for that brief introduction. I am Charis for as you have mentioned. I'm a certified public speaking coach, an expert in communication, and executive readiness coach. I help professionals, executives, and public servants to improve their public speaking and to improve their executive presence. I also would like to say that I'm a professional in the tech industry where I help people automate their fueling process. Okay, so this is basically what I do, and we can catch up following one another on LinkedIn and on Twitter. I'm also the founder of the Polished Speakers community, just in case you're looking at a practice platform where you can improve yourself in the areas of communication, speech, and personal branding. Okay, you can learn more outside of this course. So this is basically what I do. Let's not let more out of the bag. Thank you for having me here to talk on what makes you hireable in 2025. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Although your mic is a little bit not clear, so some of what you said we couldn't really pick on it. I feel there's like a bit of a network issue, but yeah, thanks so much for that brief introduction.
Okay, should I repeat so that you can catch it,
Yeah,
or
it's
we
clear
can
now.
proceed?
It's perfectly clear now. Okay,
Yes,
maybe you should repeat.
I had to
Yes.
stop using the microphone. All right. So I had to remove the microphone. Maybe sometimes this could hinder the purpose of use. All right. I am Charis Onyiliofor, the consultant behind Polish and Excel Consulting Limited. I'm also the president of the Polish Speakers Community. I'm a certified public speaking coach, a certified confidence coach, like he had mentioned. So I don't want to repeat all of that. So I train people on communication and leadership development. And I work with a tech company in the daytime. So While I work with a tech company, I use my spare time to train professionals on how to use their voice to get what they want out of life. So basically, that is what I do. Thank you
Great,
for having
thank
me.
you. Thank you. Yeah. So let's jump directly in the conversation. Before we also proceed, if anyone in the listening session has any question, please you could jot down your question. Once we are done, then you can ask all your questions. So once you have any question, just jot it down. Then once our speaker is done, then she would attend to each and every one of your questions. Thank you. So let's get right into it. So Charis, from your perspective, what are the three top skills that professionals must have to be hireable in 2025? Do you have like any form of skills that you feel is needed to be hireable?
Yeah, I actually have more than three, but let us limit it to the question you've asked. The truth is, we are in a highly competitive world today. So at every point in time, this is changing. But I've noticed that there's one particular one that has remained constant. And so we're going to limit it to these three. First one is your ability to analyze data. When you look at data, are you able to interpret it? Are you able to use data in your favorably? That is, are you able to apply data in your favor, or you just see figures? So your ability to analyze data is critical at this point, and that is what we call critical thinking, your ability to look past figures. The second one is digital literacy. We are in an age where everybody should be digitally literate. It doesn't matter what you studied in school, you should be able to use some AI, some skills that help you remain competitive in the workplace or even in life as a business person. So you need to always stay at the forefront of these skills. So you need your digital literacy skills. So whatever that means to you, whether it's artificial intelligence or machine learning, whatever that is, how does it apply to your career for you to actually advance? You need to know all of this. So find out the peculiar one that you need to apply in order to continue to advance and, of course, remain relevant in your field. The last, which is not the least, is where I come in. Your ability to communicate your value. Communication skill will always stand the test of time. If you don't know how to communicate what you know or communicate your value, you can never win in the scheme of things. You must make up your mind that at every point in time, you are working on these three top skills. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thanks so much. But for someone that is like an introvert, for example, because as we all know, a lot of introverts, they tend to say they don't talk too much, they don't like talking and all. Um, how can the person build or work on his or her communication skills?
I've heard about this. Thank you for that question. It's quite relevant. But I'm going to ask that person the question. Being introverted and going for what you want, are you going to stay introverted? We have to come to the point where we are flexible about everything about our lives. You can't say, oh, I'm introverted, and then you remain that way. No. You have to ask yourself, being introverted, does it get the food on the table? If it doesn't bring the food on the table, then you have to start working on yourself. Don't say, I don't like talking. I wasn't born talking. I have to talk because that what pays the bill. That's what brings food to the table. That's what gets me seen and visible. So you have to ask yourself at every point in time, the way you are right now, has it solved the problem? If it hasn't solved the problem, there's nothing like being introverted. You could actually move from being introverted. And let me tell you, there's a difference between being a public speaker, being able to communicate your point, and being a talkative. I'm not asking you to be a talkative. I'm only telling you, learn to communicate your value. And you can learn this in Publishing Excel.
Thank you so much for that answer. Our second speaker is here. So I will just, before we proceed, I want her to quickly introduce herself before we proceed. So Adesola, can go on.
Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Adesola. Sorry, I don't think I joined in late. Anyways, I'm a cybersecurity professional, GRC precisely. So aside that, I handle a lot of recruitment process, interview preparation for organizations as well as startups, and I work for startups as well. So aside that, I do some other things related to other career paths, customer service, HR too. So I do those things. Make sure, as we all know, say Niger now, you have to be here and there now. So yeah, that's just basically it about me. I'm a cybersecurity professional, and that's what I'm very proud to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for not bringing you on the stage on time. It was a mistake from my part. So sorry about that. Yeah. So let's jump into it. Do you have like any, based on your own perspective, what are your three top skills that professionals must have to be hireable in 2025? Do you have anything aside from what Charis mentioned? Adesola?
Okay, so hiring right now, you see, for hiring right now, it has evolved from what we used to know it as back in the days. Back in the days, people want you to come to for like physical interview, they want to see you. But now you send requests, you send applications, and you'll be thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so good for this job, I should get it. And you're not getting any feedback, nobody's calling you, and you're wondering, is something wrong with my, like almost every week I have to review people's CV. Like, please check my CV, something wrong with me. It's like, I'm like, no. And when I check the CV and the CV is okay, I will let them know it's not your CV, it's probably something else, or there are a lot of applicants. And because we have the application tracking system, it tracks what they are looking for. So sometimes they've already set it to that standard, like, okay, we're looking for so thing, and whoever we want to put on for this job. So if you don't match it, then it becomes a problem. Now you're not going to be questioning your resume for not being good enough, or you feel like you're not being good enough. No, it might probably not be you. Sometimes your confidence level during the interview matters a lot. It matters a lot. There was a time we had to pick someone based on the fact that I said to myself, I love the way this person answered my questions than someone whose CV was 100% top, because now you have AI to draft out CV for you in 5 minutes, right? But someone who answers my question and can give me a scenario based answer to the time when you were able to do certain things, I'll pick you over someone who has the resume that I'm looking for, because I want to see how far you have gone, how your research works. Do you understand how, for if anything changes in this organization today, are you able to adapt to what's coming? So adaptability, your research skills matters, your personality as a person. So every time, we don't have to keep targeting the oh, I know, I understand cloud computing, oh, I understand cybersecurity, oh, I understand database management, oh, I can code. It could be beyond that. There are people who have the best certifications, who have the best work experience, but they are not hireable. So sometimes personality go a long way, especially if you're going to be having like a physical interview. Some people will just not pick you because of the fact that you came in with a kind of face that they don't like, or you're acting too bossy. I faced panels like that before, and I'm like, "Ah, why would you want to dismiss someone based on the fact that they look like this, or they maybe they made their hair to the interview, or people will just kick against it, and then the CEO will just say, we don't want that person, pick this person. You won't be able to say anything because you're just a panelist. So there are lot of things makes up who a company wants to really hire, and sometimes it's beyond you. So sometimes you can't even fathom this thing. It's not about your CV. Sometimes it's about you, or what the organization itself is looking out for, or what the application tracking system that they have set for that role is selecting out. So I think that's the major thing that I have personally experienced from interview session with people. Thank you.
So what do you recommend such a person do, for example? Is it work on their communication skills, then they will start landing roles, or what do you suggest should be their next line of action? Someone facing such an issue. That is someone that, for example, is actually qualified for the role, but doesn't seem to land any role because of these soft skills that you've mentioned.
Okay, so very first thing you can do for my mentees, sometimes we have like a regular meetings where we discuss. I want to hear you speak. We just do like interview preparation. Let me just listen to how you're going to respond to this thing. And then I give you a fictional scenario question based on your career path, and I'll tell you to give me a situation where you were able to handle certain situation. We want to see how well you do it. Sometimes people don't have experience, but they know how to create a perfect fictional experience for you. By the time you listen to their fictional experience, you feel like, this person, are you sure you've not done this thing before? So you have to understand how questions will be asked. There are times where you just go for an interview and you'll be thinking, okay, they're just going to ask me a question now. Actually, a question, I go answer them now. But you will just get there and it's going to be something totally different. There was an interview we had there was a time a company was recruiting for a pen tester. And then personally for me, because I was one that brought the person, and I thought they were just going to like maybe ask questions and everything. They brought like a live scenario. Now work on this and then, you know. So those kind of situation, you have to prepare for them. Like, what if things change and then you have to do like a live interview session where you're showing them what you're capable of. So those things really really matters. You really cannot tell what an organization is looking for based on what they wrote on their JD. So you have to work on self-confidence, know how to speak to people. Can you address people when you're talking to a panel? You have to understand your interaction level. How confidently do you speak? What's your interaction level? Not with people that are not your colleagues now, not your range. People that are higher up. Do you know how to communicate with them? Because that's part of what's going to shape your reporting after every activity that you do. So you have to talk. You have to be very confident. You have to know what you know. Those are the few things I just tell people to personally work on. Take your time, create a Zoom meeting, ask a friend to come in, talk to yourself about it. These are the questions you're going to ask me, but record how you listen, how you respond to those questions, and then see the things that you need to work on. That one alone is just perfect. If I'd not experienced it, I will tell you that the way you speak doesn't matter. No, we pick people based on the way they speak. It's just the same way people go to Nigerian Idol. They don't know how to sing, but they know how to carry some keynotes and they will pick them like, oh, I'm seeing you on the next round. That's just how it is. So something can just bust their head like, let's pick this person based on this thing. That's how it works. Everything is not about everything has to be no, 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 no. Do you understand? So I just think, for me, from my own experience, I like to speak from experiences because I've experienced these things with people before. So I just point out from there, and I hope that it works for anybody who needs it too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very detailed answer. Yeah. Charis, executive presence is becoming a big part of career progression. What are some practical strategies to improve one executive presence in tech? Do you have any like practical strategies to improve someone's executive presence? Charis.
Well. I won't be going into detail, but I'd like to add one or two things to what this the other speaker had said. You see, when you show up on a panel and you have what we call confident communication, you are almost chosen, not necessarily because of the technical skill, but because of that ability to speak at their level. Okay, I will answer your question by giving you this scenario. I happened to be in an interview, but prior to that interview, let me share this particular one. Someone working in an oil and gas, a C-suite professional, came to me and said, see, I'm technically sound. I have everything it takes. But one of the things that I really shy away from is answering questions from the superior. And then asked him, he told me all the things. He said, when I'm speaking to core members, I'm very confident. Yes, I can carry people along. They can laugh, they can smile, and I can be myself. But when I'm going to face a panel, so this time around, he had an international interview with a multinational oil and gas company. So he came to Charis. He came to ask me how to prepare. I then told him this thing. You have 7 people on the panel. You have what they need. That's why they are coming to you. You are not the only one who have submitted the CV. This is your technical skill, got you through the door. But the next thing you're going to do right now is to show up confident, show up in your best self. I told him what to do. I told him, first of all, it's largely psychological. You have to believe that you've got what they need. That's why they called you. That's why 7 people will be on the panel just for you. So that alone actually changed his psychology. He began to see himself as needed, not needy. There's a difference between feeling needed. Oh, I'm needed. That's why I'm on the 7 persons panel. Than needy. Oh, I need the job. That's why I'm here. So there's a difference. That switch alone, he said, did something to him. Guess what? He showed up more confidently and he spoke in a confident way. So there's something I used to teach people in executive communication, in executive presence. First of all, I take care of your vocal presence, your communication, how you say what you want to say, not just, oh, I have the technical skill, because we run an organization that is based on research. According to Harvard Business School, according to the Carnegie Learning Institute and Stanford University, a research was done in 2018 to ask what is responsible for success in the business world. It was discovered that, yes, your technical skill is responsible for your success, just 15%. But guess what? Your success is dependent on 185% factor. And what is this 85% factor? Your social skill. And what we read down, your social skill includes the way you speak, the way you come across, your interpersonal skill, emotional intelligence, confident communication, your ability to carry people along. So when we look at all of these things, I can tell you vividly that this guy got the job and he's in our community today. He's one of the people that I mentor on executive presence. And this is the answer to your question. Confident communication is one, because there's no point answering an executive and not being able to speak at that level. Your vocabulary must be checked. And all of these things are necessary for you to portray that. Second, emotional intelligence, your ability to control yourself, your ability to control your emotions, no matter the pressure you feel at every point in time. Even when you are being asked certain questions, the way you comport yourself, the way you answer it is everything. So your emotional intelligence is one of them. And your ability also to be visible to the right eyes, because who knows you is very important in this game. Not just who you know, but who knows you. And one of the things that so distinguish you is your personal brand, the way you come across, people's perception of you. If you can work on these three, you are on your way to reigning and to ruling in the marketplace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charis. Adesola, do you have anything to add to what Charis have said on executive presence? And how have you also developed yours?
Oh, okay. So for me personally, so you see, from my own personal life, as someone, I don't know who was telling me today that. Okay, I think one of my cousins was telling me today that how did you go from someone who don't like speaking publicly to someone who now speaks in front of people? Like, that's amazing. I never knew this part of me was going to be a thing. I just know that as a child, my mom used to tell me, "Oh, it's a man sorrow. Ah, you talk too much." Do you understand? But I never knew that that was something that I would still explore later in life. So I understand how to speak to people. Yeah, there is no panel session you will bring me to that I will not be able to face you. I'm that confident. I may not have what you're looking for, but I'm very confident. Like, I will tell you what you're looking for. So there is no way you will tell me that I'm not good enough for you. You just give me another reason why you cannot pick me for a job. So that's just me. You build confidence level. One, confidence even comes from you appearing. You see, sometimes I try to judge into, oh, I prefer remote interview because it's just on my screen and they are not looking at me. But now I think I prefer being in your physical presence. So you would tell me what you're telling me to my face, and then if I have any issue with what you're telling me, I would question your response to me. As you're asking me a question, I'm also asking you a question. So let's be scared of each other. So I stay in your front. You ask me my question when I'm done. When you ask me a question I don't understand, because sometimes you see interviewers would ask you questions, they don't know your field. They are not related to your field. They don't know anything about your field, right? But they will sit down there looking at your expressions, how you answer question, your confidence level, what's your communication skills like. Will you be able to handle people who are your colleagues that are not a resident of your country, like let's say you're working in a team of other people from other places, Korea, China, all these places. Yeah, you have team of people that you have to work with like that. They're going to be monitoring your communication level because you don't want to be in a team where they have to unplug you because he doesn't know how to talk to people. He doesn't know how to communicate. We had to do that for one of my team members one time. Our communication level was very poor. One, we could not understand what she was saying, how she communicates. We could not understand her. So I felt like I was the only one. I didn't say anything until when we had a meeting and everybody was just talking about it. Like, and they've been telling her, like you have to improve on your communication level because everybody's not from your country. So you need to understand that you're working in this kind of environment and you have to embrace people understanding what you're saying. So everybody just said like, okay, so there was a time we're now doing like a vote of confidence on a particular thingy, and it has gotten to the HR that this girl is giving a lot of people in her team problems and she's not ready to listen or make a change. They had to like tell her to stop working based on the fact that they can't sack everybody because of you. It's not possible. So you have to go. Since you're not ready to bend your own rules, then I'm sorry, ma, you have to come and go. So they had to like lay her off like that. That's how it is. For me, I just built mine based on I am ready to embrace it. It's just start from putting your phone up, speaking to the camera, looking at yourself like, am I sounding right? Do I sound like an intellectual being? Am I speaking the right English? Am I using the right words? You're talking in front of people. You're no longer scared. That makes it easy for you. I remember my very first interview there in Agbagada. When I got there and then they asked me, tell me about yourself. There was nothing I did not see. I almost told them about my late grandmother at that point in time because I felt like I was doing the best thing for myself. And the panelists were just playing with me too. And I was thinking, I've gotten the job, I've gotten the job. Until it was years later and I realized that, oh man, I rubbish should go talk for that place that time. Oh, what were you doing? But as at that time I was very confident in the fact that I'm speaking my truth and I'm saying what they need to hear, but it wasn't the right thing. So you just build up yourself personally by what do you think that problem would be. If you feel like you're very good, everybody endorses what you do. Oh, this person is very good, I endorse him. Oh, I endorse her anywhere. But there's something wrong. People come to my DM almost every time to tell me, I don't really know what's wrong. And I'm like, you're very good enough. You have the right certification. So what could be the problem? Then I'll just say, okay, when I'm free, or maybe any weekend and I'm very free now, let's up on a Zoom meeting and let's discuss some things and let me see how well you talk to me. It could be that. So I knew my own problem was I was very introverted. I was very shy. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't fine enough to look at people. So I don't know if I dressed well enough to come in front of a panel to talk about myself or my career and all that. I'm like, okay. I started working on it. Okay, dress well when you're going for an interview, right? Wear a very nice wig, use spray perfume, look very good. So even if anything, somebody will compliment the fact that you came in right, you came in well. You get there before time. Your presentation is cool, very nice. Even if they can't give you that role, I'm telling you, they will tell you that once that role is open again, they're coming for you. It has happened to people before. They will come in for you and they will call you again. Are you still available for this role? Will come and join in because the person they hired resigned in another 5 months that they've gotten somewhere or they left the country. You understand? So that is just how I built mine. And I feel like it could work for any other person. Now, remove the fact that I'm very good at my job. I'm very good at what I know. Now, let's talk about your own personality as an individual. How well does that speak out there to other people? So that could just be the barrier that you need to also break. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We know that networking continues to be very critical. Adesola, how important has networking been in your journey, and what's your best strategy to networking with people?
Okay, so for networking to everybody is meeting people, connecting with people. If you have me in your circle, you feel like, oh, I have a great person in my circle, right? So I think for me now, exploring my LinkedIn for 2 years now, I've met a lot of people. There is nobody I would not send anything to and they will not respond to me. I currently have a project I'm working on and I'm reaching out to people that I need help with this project. They won't budge because I've created that personality for myself and I believe that as much as I've come through for a lot of people, there is nothing I would need that I would lack in human. I will always get it. So networking is very good. You attend cybersecurity events, you attend public speaking, engagement, everything else. You meet people. And you now see the barrier in networking is that the moment you just go to an event based on the fact that I want to go and see Dangote there, you may just see him and you'll probably not be able to talk. So you may just see them and not be able to talk or not be able to, oh, I'm a pen tester and I want to tell you about this thing that I do, how I can help your organization achieve this and that. You may probably not have that 1 minute. But regardless, when you have the opportunity to meet people like that, always have your elevator pitch ready. What am I going to tell you immediately I jam you for a road like this? I want to work with you. I know what I'm telling you immediately. There's no point of me telling you, I love your makeup, I love your shoes, I love your bags. You're wasting time. Start selling your elevator pitch to them. Tell them what you have, why you want to work with them, how you've been following them up for a while now, and the reason why you really need to work with them. That alone will make me ask you questions. I've been following you on LinkedIn. I'm following you on X. I'm following you on Instagram. I knew when you did this one. They will stop and look at you like, Kilode, you're talking me. Then the conversation moves from there. Even if they can't talk to you, they'll tell you, give your number to my assistant or get my card from my assistant, and then, let's talk. Call me on so date. And you have to know how to keep up with people, right? You have to know how to keep up with people. You have to keep engaging them. Let them notice you that, oh, there's this girl that is always talking about this particular product. Let's reach out to her and let's patronize her. That's how you have to put yourself in the face of people every time. Anchor things. Take charge of things. Don't just be the only person in the team that when they call for any activity, you're already at the back. They don't say, this one, she will not come. Take forefront. There are times when you have to speak in events or maybe even your company events where outsiders are going to come. And somebody will notice you from there like, oh, this person was awarded the best staff of the year. Other people are already looking out for you. They're already looking out for you. So that expands your employing, what do they call it? This rate at which they employ people. So somebody's already looking out for you that, oh, I came out from this company, I did this one. That's the aim of networking. It's not the fact that I'm an introvert. I don't know how to talk. I don't know. You have to brace up. That's part of networking. You don't just meet people and then be looking at them. Oh, I like your shoe. I like your makeup. Your lipstick is not. No. You have to tell them what you are looking for immediately. They connect you. Even if they can't help you, they connect you with someone that will help you. So that is how you break your own self out of it. Virtual events cannot really do anything. If you really want to have like a physical conversation with people, virtual events will not do it. I like to attend most times live events. If I'm not speaking, there maybe someone is speaking that I know and I want to meet with. Or if I see a list of speakers and I know that this person, I need to have a connection with this person, I'll pay for the VIP room so I can access that person directly or wait outside when everybody's going and I know that person. Maybe let's say I carry your bag and I say, oh, I have another meeting somewhere at Victoria Island and I'm rushing. I'm already outside with you. I feel help you carry that bag, say, because I want to talk to you. So that is how I network with people, right? I don't do it like every time because sometimes I really don't need a lot of things from people like that. But when I need it, I know places to approach. And I don't like to stalk. So I'm not going to be the one checking your LinkedIn 17 times a day so you can notice me. No. If I come to your DM, I speak with you, I let you know what I do. If I say that is not probably getting to you, if I have you on Instagram, I follow you up there and I'll send you a message as well. So you would always remember that this person has been keeping up with me for a very long time. That's how you meet people. Engagement, community engagement, company engagement as well. Social events, live events like this, professional conversations. Sometimes it could just be parties too, where you meet people, and that's all. So networking is just that way of you pushing yourself out there. Like, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, and this is what I have to offer you, and I'm here. Do you need me? It has worked for people. Some people don't believe in networking because I saw that we still arguing about it on X a few days back. If meeting people can really do anything for you or something like that, it works. Meeting people can do a lot for you. So that's just one thing about networking that I enjoy. Meeting people, I love it so much. I enjoy it so much. Maybe someone else will have another point of what it means to them. Sure, I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Charis, what's your take on networking and how do you build let me see genuine professional relationship in today's digital world?
Yes, thank you so much for that question. And I also want to commend the other speaker. I also want to let you know that there is no networking without net value. And I'm going to repeat it. I'm not sure you've heard that word before. When I say net value, what value do you bring to the people that you meet? I'm not of the opinion that when I have to meet everyone and ask for what I want, sometimes it doesn't work that way. I get a lot of people in my DMs on LinkedIn just saying everything they can do, talk about what they want. But the question is, there is one that really resonates. The one that really resonates is the one that tells you, oh, you've impacted me. And that's where it comes from. They give you feedback, they share, they talk to you about how you have impacted their lives. And you really know that this is actually making a difference. So when you meet people, one of the things that you must try to do is to bring value to their table. Let what you say first resonate with them. People love to hear good things about themselves. How have you impacted them? How have you made a difference in their life? They want to hear you talk about themselves. So, networking works when you tell people good things about what they've done to you, which is what the other speaker had said, but doesn't stop there. You have to bring value. What net value are you bringing to the person? You have to quickly say how you can serve the person. That's where your elevator pitch matters. You have to have a 30 to 45 piece, 45 seconds pitch ready anytime, any day to tell people, oh, this is what you actually can do for them. And you should say it so it is not one size fits all. You have to say it in such a way it resonates with the person. Remember, that is the point, not just one size fits all pitch. It has to resonate with the person, seeing that we are multifaceted human beings. Okay, so you have to bring value to the person. The next thing you want to do is to be visible. One of the things that I've done recently, starting from December last year, that I've grown my LinkedIn page, was adding value. I decided to bring what I know to the fore, sharing what I know and what I do for people and their testimonials. I brought it on, I shared with people, and that alone connected me with a lot of people because it's as if I'm solving their problem. So you want to know what problem this person you want to connect with is face to face so that you can begin to make sense to them when you say, okay, I do this, I do that. So you want to be able to be in their face, telling them you can do this. So I go to their DMs, they come to my DM, I tell them what I do, they connect with me, and then the game changes for them. So that's one of the things that you must do. Find out who needs what you know. Find out who needs the solution that you bring. Find out who has a problem that you can solve. Because the truth about networking is this: if you can have a lot of people, if you can have a lot of people solve their problem, you have made friends for yourself. So it's not just about being in the face of people, also, it's about being interested in them, solving their problems, and making real connection with them, because that is where the connection happens. Being able to be helpful to the other person. All right. Connect with them quickly and easily. And the last, which is not the least, is build your own circle. One of the things my mentors told me is that create your own circle. And how do you create your own circle? By solving people's problem. It's just like when the birds around here, we have a compound where we can pour rice or maize, and the birds will just come, settle down, eat, and go. Then the kids play with the birds. That's how it works. The kids want to allow the kids have an experience, but how do we create that experience? By also giving the birds what they want. So that is exactly what I do on my platform, helping people solve their public speaking problems, helping people solve their confidence problem while getting what we want. So I think that is what networking should be all about. Each time you think about networking, think about the value you can actually bring to that person, one person at a time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very detailed answer. Thanks so much, Charis. Um, in as hiring trends tends to evolve, what shifts do you anticipate in the recruitment and talent evaluation of 2025? Charis, did you get that? Charis, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said something about shifts, but that's all I could hear. So please come
Yeah.
again.
As hiring trends evolve, what shifts do you anticipate in recruitment and talent evaluation in 2025? Any shifts?
My brother, if I tell you that I don't know, I will be lying. I think that I was reading something. Where did I get this from? Okay, so I used to read Harvard reviews a lot. I think my uncle trained me to read some magazines. So I subscribed to their e-copy. One of the things that the last review I read talked about was AI skills. And the summary of all that I read was that every professional should look at AI to their advantage. Look at how AI affects your career and don't allow yourself to be displaced. So if you can be proactive, acquiring the right AI skills to enhance your career advancement and to enhance your career, it will go a long way not to displace you, because ignoring the signs are everywhere. Ignoring the signs would be to your detriment. So one of the things I would encourage job seekers to do is to acquire at least one key AI skill that would enhance their job performance and opportunities in life. The soft skills have come to stay because AI, whether you like it or not, robots cannot replace soft skills. The soft skills are also one of the things that our review said. We must maintain the soft skills that we talked about earlier on, and communication seemed to be at the center of it all. There's no point knowing so much and not being able to communicate at that level. So every one of us, you must understand that your level of education is at the level of your communication. If you are not able to communicate what you know, you can as well be like every other person. So that review said that we should also look out for more soft skills, especially the communication. And also, I think that's basically all I can remember from that review. So I think that's what I'm also working on. So everybody should look at how to tailor all of these things to their own advantage. Thank you.
Thank you. Adesola, do you have any contribution to that? And how can job seekers prepare for these trends today?
Okay, so I really don't have much to say on it. I think Charis already explained the critical points of what everybody needs to develop and adapt to in the current society that we're in right now. Things are going to change from how it used to be. Because I remember my first interview was about 8 years ago, and I felt like I was the best person ever. But now it has evolved to what we have right now. Very soon, we'll probably not be doing all this talk. I will just have something implementing interview process and selection process. And all you have to do is meet yourself in the office on Monday and you're resuming. So things are evolving. We just have to know how to evolve with those things that are changing. The changing dynamics is going to be great in another 5 years. I'm telling you. So we have to prepare for what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that very interesting answer. So we'll be going to the audience for if any of the audience has any questions to ask, so that they could quickly ask it, then we could round up. So to the audience, anyone that has a question, just raise your hand and I'll bring you up to the stage. If you have any question for our speaker, raise your hand and I'll bring you up to the stage. Does anyone have any job-related question? Or you can send any emoji if you don't really know how to raise your hands, so I can bring you up to the stage. Anyone with any question? Okay, it seems no one has any question, right? Okay. Okay, since there is absence of question, I would just want our both our speaker, that's Charis and Adesola, to give us a vote of thanks, or let me say, what should be our take home today on from what we've learned. Charis, do you have any take home for our audience
Yeah, yes,
in summary of all that you said?
yeah. First, I want to say thank you for the opportunity and thank you to the other speaker we'll be meeting after this place. I would want to encourage all the listeners, including myself, to build, to be at the forefront, especially when you're working on yourself and you don't want to be disadvantaged in the scheme of things. Focus on building your expertise, focus on being competitive, focus on adding value to yourself, and add the right skills to your plate from time to time. Seek mentors early. If you need that, seek mentors early because it's very important. It affected me. So I'm telling you that if you seek mentors early, you will be on the right path soonest, especially those who are already where you want to be. Okay. And the last, which is not the least, is learn. I will always tell this to any community I go to. Learn to communicate your value. There is no point acquiring all those skills, acquiring all those knowledge and expertise and not be able to communicate that value. I would like to add this just before I leave. The last job or the last job I have in the tech world paid me more than 4 times what I earn. And that's why I'm telling you, communicate your value confidently. Made me 4 times, paid me 4 times more than what I earned in financial services. Not because they pay well, but because I articulated my value in such a way that they feel that I'm bringing just much more to the table. Not just, oh, I'm a key account manager. No, I was being paid more because of the way I communicated my value. And that's how they see me. The truth is, if you don't tell people you are, and if you don't know how to communicate exactly what you are, they will see something else. I can go on and on to tell you why communication is very important. Even in the Bible, when the spies said of themselves that, oh, we are like grasshoppers in their eyes, and so we are like grasshopper and so in their eyes. Two things they said there. They saw themselves like grasshoppers, and the perception the people have of them was that way. So if you communicate like a king, people will see you that way. So I like to say, learn how to communicate your value confidently. Thank you. Thank you, Sara Foundation, for having me. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Charis. Hold on. I think someone has a question. Um, Daniel. Daniel, please ask your question before I go to Adesola. You can
Um,
speak, Daniel.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is directed to DSL, that is the GRC woman, the GRC professional. Um, some time ago, I saw her tweets. Um, that should be 3 weeks ago. I'm not too sure. I think she hosted the space, but I wasn't there. But now that she's here, I want to ask her the question because in that tweet, she said something that um I don't know if it was a mistake she made 10 years ago, but if she knew the things she knows now, she wouldn't have done that and probably her career would have moved faster. I'm not too sure, but it's around that line. Something 10 years ago. I can't find the tweet, but she tweeted it herself. I would like to for her to talk about it a little bit or something.
Okay, so I know I made a tweet a tweet like that, that if I knew, yeah, that's true. Because you see, I was reflecting down to when I was in uni, right? When I was in uni, and I look at myself, and I look at my brother, my younger brother, who is 22 and is in uni, and I see the difference between the both of us. Why? Because when I was in uni, all I wanted to do was go to school and come back home, like a day student, a normal day student. But now, my brother in this modern age now has different technical skills that even sometimes if he does some things for me, he will charge me for it. And I'm always wondering, if I had known what I knew now, back about how many years into that in university, almost it's about 10 years out of uni. And I'm looking at it like, if I had known those things that I do now, all those little things that you can give some things out and you charge for them, I wouldn't be here right now. And I'm telling you, because I'm a business oriented person, I know how many businesses I run, even with my professional life right now, to make a living. Like, I'm not dependent on one thing has to pay me. I'm into different things. Before I joined this space, I've had about 2 classes. After this space now, I still have another class again. Aside this professional thingy, I still have other things that I do for people that I get money from. Do you understand? Because as a then, I think my mind was just on the fact that you get papa, you get mama, should be anything you need, they will do it for you. Until when the adulthood now dawned on me that no, there's more to life than waiting for 2,000 naira from your parents, waiting for this one. You have money to do a lot of things. I look at the skills that I had back in the days that I felt like maybe it's not going to be needed, and I left it. I was very good with makeup right from 10 years ago that people in my school knew. Even most of my friends thought, I was speaking to some of my friends in diaspora, and they were saying, Adesola, we always knew that amongst everybody, you were going to be the celebrity because you were very popular in school. I was very popular in school. The way I dressed, the way I made my hair, the way I do my makeup, everything was. If I had invested in that, I'm telling you, I'd probably not be thinking about tech right now, because I would have blown from that thing. So it boils down to everybody understanding that at an early age, it is okay to figure it out very early enough. So when I have the opportunity to speak to students who are necessary, they're just going into the world, or those that are just jam bites and everything, I always tell them, don't waste your time. Look at the things that you can do now, learn now, to make money from in another 5 years. See the also that I'm hustling so badly now that I'm just putting one or two together to like, okay, this one will add up. If I was doing it back then, it would have added up to something too. So that was what I was reflecting on, that if I had known these things, that money making is not going to be easy, and I have to be doing like 10 things together at the same time to say that yes, I have certain amount of money in my account, I would have started this since. So I just want us to also be able to explore that part of our lives now. Now we have things to do. After secondary school, I had to sit down at a computer center, start learning Excel and everything. And all those ones, nothing to show for it, because I was just playing with my friends. Nothing. Except if your friends are going there, you'll go there too. So that was just all I did then. Nothing more. But now, you can learn Excel. If you learn advanced Excel, you can work with a data analyst as an assistant. And you'll be helping them with data. You can become a virtual assistant. Easy, simple, plain. You can learn web design. People who don't even affiliate themselves to any company, they do things by themselves. They render services. People sit down to write policies for startups. Those are things that you can easily do yourself without waiting for this company has to hire me. No. Look at the skills that you can have that are hireable now. Then you start investing in that early. So by the time you're 30, you're looking back and you look at it like, Omo, I don't try. Because I look at my early 20s and I'm like, what did I even use my early 20s for? I really cannot reflect on what I used my early 20s for. I wasn't going out. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't meeting anybody. So I always wonder, what did I do? Just school, come back home. Nothing more. Nothing more. It was in my late 20s that I realized that there is more to life than just relaxing and then not, or doing more of I'm a career person, because there are times when I just feel like I want to resign from my office and I want to just do my own thing for a year. That was what I did 2 years back, 2 or 3 years back. I resigned and I wanted to just do my own thing. So those are the things I need us to know now, early enough, especially when you're in your early 20s. Knock those doors now. So by the time you're 30, you're looking back at yourself and you're saying, Omo, I don't try. It becomes more exciting to you. Life becomes more easy. There are platforms where you can go on to read a course. YouTube is there. I don't think as when I was in secondary school, I heard anything. Where's the phone safe? Is it your Nokia, your mom's Nokia phone that you're still managing to do extra cool at night that you say, all those things? We don't have access, but now you have access to free platforms to learn a skill and you will learn it to the fullest. So we need to start investing in those things. That's why when I come on X and I'm seeing all these boys, you're arguing with people, it's sad. It's just very sad. You're wasting your time. And everybody will not get it right. But that's just what I meant by that tweet. And I hope that it helps you as well. Connect with people who can assist you, people who are already in the field that you're going into, talk to them. They would be willing to enlighten you, share resources with you, help you get it right. And I hope that everybody gets it right, especially when you're still younger. So that's what I just meant by that tweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think Damfa has a question. You can unmute your mic and ask. Not sure I pronounced your name well.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Good evening.
Oh, okay. So, I have a question concerning what DSL said. She said you have to, like, she has this let me say, she has a lot of things that she can do, and me, I feel like you have to, like, have a niche. Like, you have to focus on one thing in life, that okay, this is the path I want to follow. Like, and somebody like me, I don't know, I just have this gift that I can do five things together. But I think what I lack is the right right mentors. I don't know, like, I have all these skills, but to just pick one and use that one to make it. Do you understand? So how do you like just merge several skills together and make money out of it? Like, I just want to know. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, so when it comes to skills, I think your mine started with my past experiences. I've had experiences when I was still looking for a job, then nothing too professional, yeah, because I just finished uni, and then I was getting my balance in Lagos. So I knew that I had to get something doing. So I know that all those my uncle say, send me your CV, you send it 2 years, you've not heard anything back. I wasn't ready to invest myself in that. I wasn't relying on the people that I know in my family. I know that they are taking the higher ups in the family that I know they are very well doing. Yeah. So I wasn't ready for that. I would pull myself out there every morning, 10 a.m. Like, they already see me at Ikeja. I'll walk from Harlem Avenue to Okwebi to Ikeja under bridge. Guess what? What was I looking for? I'm looking for a sales girl vacancy. Sales girl. One shop, maybe they are selling Ankara, they are selling jewelry, they just need a sales girl. 20K, 30K salary. As at 2016, I wanted to just be there. Let me just sit down and start earning something, because I started learning the principle of making money by that time. You're already on your own, you're done with school, so you can't be asking your father for, you want to buy wig, you want to buy hair. So I started learning that. So that was how, for me, I started it. Then I worked in a bank professionally for about 2 years. I worked in a bank. While working at the bank, there were other trainings I was able to do. You see those trainings, I kept them at one side. I did at what is it called? Anti-money laundering. I did the CFT for counter-terrorism, financial money movement, and everything else. So you understand, all those training I did. There are times I even anchored cybersecurity awareness training. Then I never knew that I was going to get into cybersecurity, but I already did all these things way back. So I had ideas. I did HR too. I did APHRI exam too. At a point, I thought I wanted to be HR because that was the only thing that was trending, and everybody. I wanted to be HR. I paid for HR course then, almost 250K or something. I never had time to attend the class, but I was just. So all those skills, I listed everything out. What can I do? What can I not do? So I listed everything out, from banking to basic employment and to all my professional employment. I checked everything out. I was customer service manager for a while. I was HR manager for a while. I was like, okay, I have all these skills here. Then I now looked at the other things too. Outside the office walls, what else can I do? Then I remembered back in the days that I know how to do makeup. I know how to do nails. I don't know how to make hair, so I'm not looking, and I'm not going to be a tailor. So I already knew that, okay, so it's makeup or hair. So I looked at those two things. I invested more in it. Like, okay, even if I want to do anything, if anything happens to my job today, I'll fall back on this one. I will just go and look for someone who is a professional. I want to come and train with you for 1 month. So I listed out those things that I can do with my hands. It is very important. Look at the things that you can do with your hand. Even if you're planning to japa, always have something. That's when you see people in 1 month training. I want to learn how to braid. I want to learn how to, because they want to japa. But why can't you do it now? So I listed out those things, and I see the things that, yes, okay, this is fine. Now I started doing public speaking. You pay me to come and speak. You pay me to speak. If I'm speaking on your space for an hour, I'm charging you. Because right now I'm supposed to be in a class, but I'm sacrificing that time to come and speak. So you have to pay me to stay in your space. If I have a public event, except it's from someone that I know very well, that's when I don't charge. Or I see what your organization stands for, I won't charge you for it. I don't have the time. I sit down, I do CVs for people. Do career consultation, I do interview preparation for people. I have clients from all over that I talk to. So I won't waste that time. Now I'm supposed to be resting here or attending to something else, but I'm here because I know that this is more valuable. So I'll be here to do this. So the list of everything that I can do, I look at which one here will bring me more financial gains. I started thinking them out. How can I combine them with my professional life and I'll be able to make something out of it? So I look at those ones as well. Then I started thinking them out. Because one thing about me is I will never throw away the things that I can do with my hand for something professional. Because if table turn, what do you want to fall back on? So I always, as I'm developing myself, I'm developing my hands-on skills. I am not leaving it alone. Because you will not wake up one day and say you want to sack me and I will not be crying. What do I do next? I even want to stay at home and rest for a month before I start sending out my CV. So I do that for myself. You have to look at yourself. What can you do professionally? This is good, fine. What can you now do with your hands? What can you do? You take that one out. Now, if I start putting it out there, how much will I charge for them? So you start charging people. You have to see. One thing about life is that if you don't know how to make money, people will teach you. And they will cheat you for teaching you. You have to know how can I make money from this thing? That thing that you know. Charge people for it. Don't sit down and be doing, I'm doing free. How you want blow? You will not blow. So you have to know what you're charging people for, but then you're giving them value. As you're giving them value, you're charging people for value. When I watch TV sometimes, I don't watch TV for pleasure. I watch TV because I watch where I watch Kim Kardashian and everything. Sometimes when I watch Kim Kardashian, I see the other social activities that they do. And then there was a time I watched their show and I saw that there was a woman who is teaching them how to hug people. And mistakenly, I think they said how much they paid that woman. I'm like, what the? Are you serious right now that people charge to teach you how to hug your family members, like how to embrace and love up on your family members, your siblings? I'm like, what? There are different careers out there that people are doing, looking into, and they are charging for. So you need to start developing that immediately. There are too many things. What do you think? Your professional life as well, you're very good at customer service. Host a customer service training for people. Charge them little for it. 1 month training. Put it out there. People will register. Graphic design, you know how to do graphic design? 1 month class of graphic design, 20K, 10 people only. Charge them for that. By the time you start upgrading your skills, you will know that people will run after your value because you're valuable. Than I try to know how to do this thing, so let me keep it to myself. I won't come to your DM to come and ask you, do you know how to do this thing? No, I'm saying what you know how to do. I will come to you for it. So that's just how it is. If you know how to do something, you're not putting yourself out there to display it, it's going to be a problem. There are times when I have to maybe bring people in for a cybersecurity project for a company, maybe like a penetration testing thingy, and I need to put people up on my team or whatever it is. I would look for people who I know that, yes, they've been talking about this in a long time. They've uploaded practical experiences here. They are on LinkedIn. They are showcasing their talent on this thing. I will call them up and I'll be like, guy, I have this thing coming up. Or do you want to join? They're going to pay you. You join. I've given gigs to people based on the fact that I see you on the TL and then you talk about what you do. I will not enter your DM to be asking you, Miriam, what do you do? No, it's total waste of time now when I have people who does the same thing. So this is just how you put yourself out there. People would see you for value. I do virtual assistant training in case you don't know. I do that one like Tuesdays and no Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday and Thursday, maybe Saturday. I'm supposed to have a class with them this Saturday. Why? Because I've worked as a virtual assistant and I'm giving value to people and I charge for my class. So add that one to all the other things that I'm doing as well. That's how I make my money. I don't like stress. When I'm tired from working professionally for any company, I resign and I take a month break, 2 months, because sometimes your mental health really matters. But if you know how to make money from all these things, it is easy for you to dwell on your mental health. Like, I think I'm tired and exhausted from jumping bros from Ojoju to Ikoyi every day. So I want to quit and then rely on my own personal business. Rebrand yourself. So that's how I make my own money from every other thing that I know how to do. I hope that it helps you too. to just sit down today, analyze it, write something down, then see what you can do to make extra money for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that very detailed response. I think two more people asked question. Miriam, can you ask a question? Miriam, are you able to hear me? Okay. How about you, Einstein? Oh, okay, Miriam has omitted. Okay. Ask a
All
question.
right. Good
And to
evening.
which of the
Good
speakers?
morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you're listening from. So mine is not a question, it's just an appreciation to Adesola. Like I've been following her for quite some time now, and it has been an interesting event so far. Like, thank you so much for what you're doing for the cybersecurity community. Like, I know when this, I will say how we are proud to have you in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Miriam. Thank you. Einstein, you have ask a question. Einstein, ask a question. Okay, since there's no question from anyone else, Adesola, can you just quickly just give us a takeaway, then this event will come to a close. Thank you.
Okay. So what I'm just going to say for my key takeaway is, from my own life, I'll tell you that you don't have to be 100% reliant on a company hiring you. You can always create something. There are people that have begged to start something on your own, start building something on your own. You know, I have a friend there who is also into cybersecurity. He's very good, goes to Badmos. And I told him one day, I'm like, "Ah, you're very good at these things. Why can't you start offering these services out to people? Like create a company on your own. Because when you're working for a company, always find time to also develop your company. It's just like when you're selling perfumes. You know, people will not come to you one week and then say, I'm not selling perfume today, I beg, I'm tired from work. No. People will go to work, they will still show up for their own personal business. So as you're growing a company, also grow your personal brand. Your personal brand is what keeps you. Maybe when you're 40 or when you're 50 and you want to retire, what you have built is what you're going to rely on. Don't ever leave yourself behind because you're working for a company. Even if the pay is very good, don't ever leave yourself behind because anything can happen at any time. You can go to work on Monday morning and the first mail you will see is, I'm sorry, we are downsizing, and then it affected your team or your department and you have to go. What do you want to fall back on? It is when you're now home, you now start thinking about it. If I had known, I should have spent more time on building my own personal brand. Please build your own personal brand. Take time to also look at yourself like, even if I'm good enough, what other aspect of my life can I look into or develop more in? It's very, very important. You have to be that person that you work here, you work here. Me, there is no place you want to call me HR, virtual assistant, customer service, cyber GRC that you will not find me. I'm very hireable in those places. I built myself like that. I have to be hireable in all those places so that the day I want to do my own choco and say I don't want to work here again, I have somewhere else to fall back on. So make yourself very hireable, make yourself very approachable as well. Be very nice to people, be very kind. I've helped. I don't know who I've not met in cybersecurity since I started it. I've met the youngest. I've mentored 65-year-old people in virtual assistance and cybersecurity. Why? Because people see you and they be like, go and meet Desola. Desola is a very approachable person. That is it. It's not Desola Omoyen. She's good, but she has pride. She has ego. She can't do no. You understand? So you have to market yourself in a way that when people see you, they want to associate with you, they want to be involved with you. So I feel like your professional life, your personal life as well matters a lot in your career. So you can't remove that you from who you are in the office and with your colleagues. So we should just learn to build ourselves hand in hand accordingly. And I wish you guys the best in your career. Try to learn something this new year. If there's anything you feel like is going to be happening in another 5 years, you want to start learning about it, please look into AI as well. Look at how AI can come into customer service, into HR. Start learning it. So it gives you another advantage over people who are just personal HR, like they just know HR for HR's sake. Know how AI can come into HR to automate things for you. So just please just try and do the best you can for yourself. Thank you. And thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this space. Anything that has to do with career and development, I think I love it so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Desola. Thank you so much, Charis, for joining. And thank you so much, the audience, for listening for this hour-long discussion. Thank you, everyone. If you like to contact any of our speakers, you can directly message them here on Twitter or message them on LinkedIn if you have any further question after now. Then also you can also visit Sara Foundation website at www.sarafoundation.com or email us at info@sarafoundation.com if you have any further questions. Thank you everyone for joining.